I don't like it. I love it, love it, love it. Uh-oh. So good it hurts. I don't want it. I gotta have it. Uh-oh. When I can't find the words, I just go.
And we're back. You know, I don't like it. I love it.
You made some good music choices there. I like
not bad intros nowadays, right?
Intros. So I think we have some more callers. Wait,
we do. You know what happens is once you start the calling, they just call back. They call, which is great, and we love it this way. So next up, actually, right now, we actually have Tori. Tori's calling in for Sean and Gina. Tori, how you doing?
I'm doing awesome. How about you guys?
Doing very well. Today. You enjoying this beautiful weather out there today?
I am. Haven't been outside yet, but soon to be.
As soon as you finish up on the radio, you're gone.
Soon heading to the golf course.
Oh, wow. Oh, my God. Which one are you going to play at today?
Can you repeat that?
Which one are you going to go play at today?
Go play Memorial.
Oh, that'll be nice. That Memorial's a good golf course. So, well, I know you're calling in to say hello to Sean and Gina. What all you got for them?
Yeah, so I've known Sean and Gina for about 2 years now. They've actually listed a couple of my investment properties that I bought. I actually have one of them with them now. Just want to call and say, two of the biggest things I love about them. First is communication. They're always constantly updating me with new showings that I got and stats on the current properties I have with them. And the other thing is, they're really big about building relationships with their clients rather than just keeping strictly business, which I love. So not only do we do business together, but we're also great friends. So I wanted to call and say thanks for being awesome, guys.
That is awesome. Well, and I tell you, I'm one of those big believers, and I tell everybody, when people say business it's not personal, it's only business. Business is personal. Real estate is personal. You cannot do business with somebody and not have it be a personal relationship.
Everyone on the Rat Pack understands that.
Yes. Everyone we bring on always understands that. So that's great, Tori, man. And these guys are great, are big fans of comic books, by the way. We've been talking about Deadpool.
Well, you're really trying to get that lead into the comic books, aren't you? We're probably not going there.
You don't think so?
Well,
we want to talk about Deadpool. What are you talking about?
He did get it.
Absolutely. We want to talk about the new Civil War coming out with Captain America. I mean, I've been dying to talk about all this, Tori, and they're not letting me for some reason. Yeah. It's not Sean and Gina. It's my co-host. So.
Well, we want to make sure we get to all the callers.
That is true.
Express what they would like to express before we get on to comic books.
Oh,
because I'm sure our listeners out there want to hear all about Deadpool.
I love it.
So
that is awesome.
We're going to need to find the screaming goat, and then we'll be complete.
Exactly. Well, Tori, thank you very much for calling in, bud. We really appreciate it.
Hey, enjoy it, guys. Have a good day.
Likewise.
Thanks,
you two have a great time on that golf course.
Will do.
That is awesome. We're going in right to another one right now. We've got Ricky. Ricky's on the phone calling in for Sean and Gina. Ricky, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Doing very well. Thank you. Today is the How Can We Make Sean and Gina Blush Day, and it's going very good so far here in the studio, but what all you got to say about them?
I've known Sean for many, many years, since about 2002. And the one thing that I hold highly about Sean is that he's a great man of faith. He and Gina both hold their faith very high. And everything that Sean does reflects in how he feels about the Lord. And so what he recently did for us was help us get a church. We had found the building that we wanted, but we couldn't get the people to move. And what I found out is Sean has a cow prod.
Wow. Man, I'm impressed.
I like it. Okay, keep going. We want to hear more.
We're going to go buy a cattle prod.
Yeah, in a very nice manner, he was able to get the realtor to get off his butt and move forward. And Sean always goes above board. And so things that we needed done that were way beyond what he had to do, he stepped in and did it. And he supported us in such a manner that we moved from what we used to call a garage into a very, very nice building. And it's all because of the efforts of Sean.
That is awesome. Now, what is the name of your church?
It's Family Fellowship Bible Church.
Family Fellowship Bible Church. Where are you located?
We're right off of 1960 and Student Airline off of Jefferson Park.
That is awesome. One of the things we tell everybody, we're located on the Christian radio station, obviously right here at 100.7, and as the Rat Pack ourselves as well. we talk about it. Having faith is extremely important, and operating under the premise of doing, onto others as you don't have to do onto you is what we're about. Bringing on professionals, bringing on individuals who have that faith, who have that belief, but more importantly, who do the right thing for our clients, for our business partners, for the individuals. That's what it's all about, and that's a lot of what this show is all about.
It was when I first met Sean and Regina, that was the first thing they actually held out, that their Christian beliefs is how they base their business.
Which is the right way to do it, by the way. I mean, I'll tell you. I absolutely. That is great, though. And how's the church been since moving into the new location?
It's doing good. We have the whole premise that we're not so much about how big we grow as a church as far as population, but more about how we grow the people that are there.
That is awesome.
So we want first things first.
Yep. Doing the right thing at the right time for the right people. I like that.
Yes, sir.
Well, that is really good. Well, that I cannot talk highly enough about you two, and especially more importantly, I'm pointing at them. By the way, you can't really see me on the radio right here.
They can't see when you shake your head.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, they can't see me when I shake the head either. But talk a little bit about that faith and how you put that into your business. By the way, Sean, especially now that you got Ricky talking about that.
Well, I just want to say I don't know how you can practice real estate without faith, especially in this challenging real estate environment that we're in. You can literally do all the right things, say all the right things, and be knowledgeable in your business. But if you don't have that faith component, man, I quite frankly, I don't know how you're doing it. It's we literally have to intercede on behalf of our clients each and every day. It's just part of our business plan. I believe in everything that you do, you have to have a plan, and God has had a plan for our lives. He had a plan for redemption. He has a plan for salvation. And, we look to the Bible to apply specific business principles. And, one of the things that we do is we tell people, especially people that don't think that this is possible, and we just share with them, what the Word of God says. And in that, it creates a strengthening and a quickening in their spirit to where this is possible, and once we're in agreement, and the Bible says where two or more are gathered, there He is in the midst. And when we allow the Lord to take charge of what needs to happen, that's where it begins to flow. So, I think I speak for Gina as well. It's literally a faith walk every single day. Every single contract, every single situation is different. And, one of the things that we live by is we don't want to be wise in our own ways, and there are just some things that you're just going to have to resign to the Lord to do. So.
Well, that brings up the idea of possibilities. Is that I know there's probably a lot of people out there who actually can qualify to buy a home but don't know they can. Mm-hmm. And when you're counseling them, I know there's probably some product out there that's available to first-time home buyers and stuff like that. Talk a little bit about that.
Touch on that, Gina.
There's actually several programs out there that can help the home buyers. There's certain programs that they have specifically for peace officers, firefighters, teachers, nurses, doctors, things like that. And they also have one of the most underutilized is the VA loan. A lot of the veterans do not take advantage of it or even know what benefits they have available to them.
Stat I heard on that is only 30% of the vets use their VA entitlements.
Yes, and it's actually, that's kind of been, for, whatever reason, that's just kind of been we've had a lot of veterans coming to us for over the last couple of years, and we've really been trying to encourage them, because they say, oh, well, I could probably go conventional or do this. I have the money. And it's like, but if you have that benefit, and especially not having, the private mortgage insurance, which adds a chunk to your payment, if you have that benefit and you have the 100% financing option, as a veteran, why not use it?
Well, here's the issue, and Chris and I have talked about. In fact,
let me do one thing really fast. Ricky, we really appreciate you calling in, by the way.
You left Ricky hanging?
Ricky's sitting there. He's still there. That is correct. So
sorry, Ricky.
Thanks, Ricky.
No, not at all.
Ricky, thank you very much. We appreciate you calling into the show, by the way.
Love you, brother.
Thank you.
And one more time, by the way, what's the name of your church?
It's Family Fellowship Bible Church.
Family Fellowship Bible Church. That is Ricky, by the way.
Thank you for
Thank you
calling
very much
in,
for calling
Ricky.
in today. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, and we're talking about VA. VA is something near and dear to my heart. We talk about this all the time because you were saying about this. Most people don't realize is that less than 30% of our veterans take advantage of their eligibility. And it's the best loan that you can possibly do out there, the absolute best. But the reason why it's so underutilized is, again, from a listing perspective, a lot of agents don't want to accept a VA loan because they think there is a cost above and beyond a conventional or an FHA or costs that are going to be incurred by the seller. And it's untrue. The problem is most VA loans are done wrong. And I tell everybody this all the time is, remember, just because the buyer, meaning the veteran, has non-allowable fees that they cannot pay does not mean the seller has to pay for them. What it basically says is that they cannot be paid for by the veteran, and as such, if it's not negotiated as part of the contract, the lender has to absorb those fees. And what ends up happening a lot of times is, unfortunately, they go down this path in which the lender says, guess what, these fees can't be paid for by the borrower. The seller has to pay for them, and it's wrong. It's something that we talk about all the time on the show.
You relay that one little story you had where he ended up walking away with some money in his pocket, and he thought he was going to have to come with a lot. Real quickly, if you go over.
Yeah, it was one of our referral partners actually was working with their client who was a veteran, and the veteran ended up calling him up one day and saying, "Hey, I'm it's 2 days before closing. I just got my CD and showing here I'm bringing $10,000 to closing on a VA loan." And there was no reason for them to be bringing $10,000 worth of closing costs, to closing. So they called me up, and they already had about $3,000 in earnest money into the deal. Ended up, making a long story short, about 3 weeks later, we turned around, closed the file. He got a portion of his earnest money back at a better interest rate than what he was closing at the prior lender. And on top of that, the seller was about ready to pull out because they were trying to go back to the seller and negotiate closing costs to be covered by the seller at that point. And so, it's done. So many individuals do it wrong, and a lot of people do it right as well. So I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to throw everybody in the same bus right there.
You are on that person's Christmas card list for this year, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Great individual. And, I tell everybody is our veterans are out there making it possible for us right now to have this radio show. They're out there right now. They made it possible. My grandfather and my father, being veterans out there. And so I'm a big believer in assisting them and showing our veterans it's a great product. Don't shy away from it. It's one of the best programs you can do. As Gina was saying, there's no mortgage insurance. You can get 100% financing up to $417. However, on a VA loan, there is no loan limit. So you can do $1 million VA loan if you want to. And it's still going to be
100% financing.
It's going to be cheaper than what's going to be required on a jumbo loan.
So, if all your veterans out there, if you think you're about buying a house, call. Let it, talk to Chris, talk to Sean and Gina, and find out what's possible out there. You might be able to get out of that apartment and get into a nice house.
It's amazing. And they are bar none the very best loans that you can do out there.
I've certainly learned something because I thought that was all about vegetarians. So now I've been straightened out.
Absolutely.
I think we're against a break again.
It's not about vegetarians. It's all about veterans.
Okay,
Yes.
now I got it.
But we are taking a break. We've got one more caller and one more segment. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
So